あ、ちょっと待って、ムービー始まった。音うるさい。音を変えたい。ホームズ。これホームズ。じゃあ今のワトス。今操作してます。
You are utterly mad.
クレイジー。
Stop, Holmes!
Is that you, Watson?
Yes, of course it is. And you almost killed me.
Nonsense. I was aiming for the vases.
Blindfolded?
思ってたんと違うな、なんか。
Watson, quiet, please. I'm trying to concentrate.
自信に満ちた包丁。手錠の音。警察。ああ、はいはいはい。9段目を避ける。
Ah, Lestrade. What is it this time?
洞察
You
力
can see
の
me.
演出やな。
Well, here it is, and it's a good
洞
one,
察
Mr.
力の演
Holmes.
出。
Gentleman by the name of Peter Carey, also known as Black Peter, has been murdered.
A sailor, most probably.
What happened here?
Oh, Mr. Holmes, how could you?
カットがどうだ
It's the only exercise I've had all week. A grateful client from Limoges sent me a vase collection this morning. I couldn't think of a better use for it.
You're out of your mind.
I missed 4 out of 10.
Given you were blindfolded, that was very good. Can I have a try?
Am I the only sane one here?
I suppose that Watson is right, Inspector. A little brain work would be preferable now. Do please tell us more about Black Peter.
いや、なんか
Peter Carey, born in 1845 and 50 years old. An ambitious sort, he achieved much success in seal and whale hunting around Scandinavia. Retired in 1884 with a small fortune. He invested his money in a property called Woodman's Lee, near Forest Row in Sussex. It was where he lived for 6 years, and where he was found dead yesterday.
Has the investigation already begun?
Yes and no. In fact, this crime is so mysterious that I would prefer you to join me down there.
Give me half an hour to prepare, Inspector.
Take your time and join me there. I have to go through the yard first. The merry men struck again.
What have they done this time?
They robbed a powder reserve. I'll meet you at Woodman's Lee, Mr. Holmes.
氷のリーでは
I should help Mrs. Hudson here. I also have several appointments that I must keep this afternoon.
I shall go alone then.
はい、タブを押して事件簿を開くと現時点の捜査の進展状況がピーター・ケアリー殺人事件を捜査する。木こりのリーの犯罪現場を調べる。着ていく服を選び、木こりのリーでレストレイドと合流する。レストレイド警部がベーカーが訪れたブラック・ピーターという名の元船長が関係している機械的事件を本図に語った。ああ、なるほど。証拠？あ、これがブラック・ピーター。ピーター・ケアリーはブラック・ピーター。あ、ナーチさん、押す。久しぶり、マジ久しぶり。ブラック・ピーターとして知られたと1845年生まれだということで、男は50歳だと言える。スカンジナビアでの捕鯨業で大成功された。1884年に引退して木こりのリーに越してきた。はいはいはいはい、オッケーオッケー。あ、ちょっとマウス感度高いか。よ。あ、違う。あ、でも結構低い方やな。どれぐらいにする？あ、マウス感度高い方がいいな。こっちか。
You go along to Peter Carey's house. Mrs. Hudson and I will take care of the mess you've made here.
ハドソンさんっていうのは誰や？さっきの家政婦か。これハドソンさんかこれ。あ、ハドソン夫人。
Oh, what a mess! What a terrible mess!
ごめんって。家 家で銃ぶっ放すっていうのもなかなかクレイジーだけど。ちょっと何するんやっけ。着ていく服選ぶ。着ていく服選ぶ。着ていく服選ぶ。ちょっとめっちゃ酔うこれ。これ1やったらどうなんやろ。あ、変わらん。変わらへん。ハドソン夫人ちょっとごめん、にわかやから分からんかった。いや、読んだことはあるんやけど、シャーロック・ホームズって。ちょっとハドソン夫人はちょっとにわかでしたね。あかんあかん。着ていく服選びたいんやけど、これかあれか、クローゼット。あ、違う。ワトソンの部屋行ける。まあ特におしゃれな絵飾ってるなぐらい。タイプライターいいですね。いいですね。いいですね、この雰囲気。この雰囲気いいですよ。新聞を調べる。手紙を、なんかいろいろ調べれる。
This is where I keep my post. My archive. I can always consult with it if needed.
時代を感じるね。服ってめっちゃ酔う。めっちゃ酔う。これ感度をどうにかしたい。感度をどうにかしたいよ。
My analysis table. It is useful for my work.
これなんか見れる？しかも顕微鏡じゃなくないか。役ミスってないか。他にちょっと右乳首見えてない？もう一回見よう。ちょっと見えてないか、右乳首。これなんでこんなセッティングしてやんねん。あそこの人か。目合ってないかこれ。目合ってないか。これ右乳首見えてるんやけど。セクシー。
A map of London and the surrounding area. It could be useful.
謎を解きたいんやけど、うろうろしてもう行こうか。服はもうちょっと分からへんから。木こりの
I cannot leave yet. I am not finished here.
やばい。積んだ。こっちか。こっちの扉調べてないか。そういえばホームズの部屋。はい。そらそうやな。何これつけひげ。おお。そういうこと。いや、どうでもやばい。どうでもよすぎて震えたわ今、この設定。なんでもいいんやけど。まあこれか。雰囲気で出るって言えば、メガネも取得価値的な感じになるし。いいですね。いいですね。これっぽい。ぽいな。いいですね。迷うなこれ。迷う。何パターンあんねやろ。ガウンはないわ。 ガンはないけど、これでいいか。えあ、そうなん。あ、無理なやつあるんや。メガネとか無理なんや。オッケー。じゃあなんで選ばしたんやろ。よし、行くか。行ってくるわ、ワトソン。ハドソンとかワトソンとかってややこしいねん。ああ、いい演出ですね。このロード画面をこうローディングを悟らせない。
Mr. Holmes, I'm over here. Come on.
T。他の人が見落としそうな細部にまで目を配るよう注意を集中して見るのだ。あ、足跡。
These
あ、
footprints
面白い面
appear
白
to
い。
be quite large.
この足跡はかなり大きい。多分。なるほどなるほど。手がかりをピコリのリーの一角の湿った土に最近残された正体不明の足跡、殺人者のものかもしれない。おそらくこの足跡と一致するブーツを見つけることができるだろう。なるほどね。あるものが必要。あるものが必要って
These footprints.
なんか肩取れるみたいな感じかな。
It seems that the garden was well maintained.
庭や畑の手入れが行き届いている有能な庭師が働いているのだろう。あ、もう怪しいわ。庭師怪しいな。
Mr. Holmes? Mr. Holmes?
Mr. Holmes? Mr. Holmes? あ、もうええもうええ。それはもうええ。待って待って。ようできとるゲームやな。
Inspector Lestrade, when will you remove my husband's body? It's sacrilegious to leave him here like this.
夫の下。
As soon as we can, Mrs. Carey, I assure you. Allow me to introduce you to Mr. Sherlock Holmes. He's a detective. No doubt you've heard of him. I'll wait for you in front of the cabin, Mr. Holmes.
My condolences, Mrs. Carey.
Thank you, Mr. Holmes.
あの晩何か変わっていたことないですか？
Madam, can you tell me if you saw or heard anything unusual upon the night of the murder?
At 2 o'clock in the morning, I heard a terrible scream. But I thought nothing of it then. He would scream all the time when he was
い
drunk.
つも叫んでた。いつものことやって感じ。
Can you please tell me what occurred on the evening of the murder?
Well, Peter got drunk in the evening. He was in such a terrible temper. Usually, whenever that happened, he'd stay all night drinking in his cabin before passing out.
ストレス社会やな。
Do you remember at what time you found your husband's body?
In the morning, at around 7 o'clock, I noticed the cabin door was open, but I didn't go in to take a look, for I knew my husband would not have liked it.
なるほ
At around 10 o'clock, I dared to glance in through the door and... Oh dear.
ど。夜中から朝7
Was
時。
your husband accustomed to receiving visitors?
Oh no, I don't think so. I mean, he didn't really have
本
many
当には友
friends.
人いない。
We lived quite an isolated life here. after his retirement.
The garden is very large and well maintained. Do you employ someone to look after it?
It is true, there is a lot of work, but my husband took care of it himself.
あ、自分で管理してた。お、ないないない。え、なになに、説明欲しいんやけど。んなんや。ちょっと待って。なんや。お、なんやな。カメオ。おかんいっぱい持ってるわ、カメオの。カトリックのロザリオ。はいはいはい。冠柄。園芸用手袋。鳥小屋。完成した人物像。
You have indeed suffered a great loss, Mrs. Carey. Nevertheless, I believe it will be less of a burden for you soon.
Yes. Life with Peter was never easy, but he was still my husband.
He was different, wasn't he, when you first met him upon your return from Plymouth?
Yes, Mr. Holmes. Oh my goodness, but how do you know about that?
待って。え、なにえ、ちょっと待って。これ、説明が欲しいな。
You have indeed suffered a great loss, Mrs. Carey. Nevertheless, I believe it will be less of a burden for you soon.
Yes. Life with Peter was never easy, but he was still my husband.
He was different, wasn't he, when you first met him upon your return from Plymouth?
Yes, Mr. Holmes. Oh my goodness, but how do you know about that?
え、これ何してんの？捜査を続けるために容疑者の陳述を覆すことができる証拠を選ぶ。なんで知ってたのか。ちょっと待って。試されておる。いきなり試されてるな。ピーターとの不幸な結婚で中立ケアリア不快な生活を送っている。彼女は非常に信仰深いローマカトリック教徒で、若い頃にサンティアゴ・ポテポト巡礼路を歩いたこともある。冠柄を見ることができる。どういうこと？プリマスはどうやって知ったのか。プリマス。これいきなりむずないか。庭。
You have indeed suffered a great loss, Mrs. Carey. Nevertheless, I believe it will be less of a burden for you soon.
Yes. Life with Peter was never easy, but he was still my husband.
He was different, wasn't he, when you first met him upon your return from Plymouth?
Yes, Mr. Holmes. Oh my goodness, but how do you know about that?
え、あ、違ったんや、さっきのやつ。あ、でもこれ何回でもできる。じゃあ巡礼か？
You undertook a pilgrimage to the Cathedral of Santiago de Compostela when you were young. That much is evident from the rosary in your hand. The shortest route for the pilgrim from England to Spain is from Plymouth. I believe that you met Peter Carey as a young sailor there, and you married him soon afterwards.
That is indeed what happened, Mr. Holmes. How extraordinary.
Thank you, madam.
Who could do such a thing? My poor husband.
不倫とか全然あれか関係ないか。深読み？これ違うね。微妙に役がさ、なんか変やから。
Mr. Holmes? Mr. Holmes?
それしか言わへん。事件現場入らせてくれよ。これか？あっちか。
Peter Carey's body is inside the cabin. We took care not to touch anything.
まあ任せとけ。平成のホームズが事件を解き明かそう。
The door is locked.
Wait just a moment, Mr. Holmes, and I'll open it. I locked it yesterday to ensure that no one should enter the cabin and tamper with the evidence.
Ah, good thinking.
Hello, hello, hello.
What is it, Lestrade?
It seems to me that someone has tried to force it, Mr. Holmes.
怖すぎ。
Let me see.
T か。え？お。
These scratches are fresh. You're right. Someone tried to force open the door.
I swear these scratches were not here yesterday.
Our mysterious visitor came here last night.
Well, he's not the man for the job. This lock is not a difficult one.
Perhaps he did not have the right tool.
売れ筋のタイトルじゃないから翻訳が適当。嘘なんか結構面白くない？うわっ！
What a terrible way to die.
いや、ちょっと思ってた感じと違うわ。いや、ごめん、ちょっと待って。ちょっと思ってた感じと違いますね。いや、がっつりいかれてるやん。
The weapon fully penetrated the body. The force of the blow was immense. This man is in his 50s, yet he still looks quite strong. Peter Carey was fully dressed. He was not caught by surprise. It is possible that he knew his murderer. This wooden handle is plain and solid. This wooden handle is plain and solid. This blood is from the pool underneath the dead body. Peter Carey tried to defend himself with this knife, but he did not succeed.
ナイフで防御しようとした。
The pattern of the blood stain indicates that the notebook was not lying on the floor prior to the crime, but it was dropped into the pool of blood after the death of Peter Carey. Peter Carey was impaled to the wall by a whaling harpoon.
いっぱい証拠もろた。鋭いナイフがブラックピーターの遺体のそばで見つかった。刃を見る限り使用された痕跡はない。
The
怖いわ。そら奥さんもビビるでな。
The ship's logs of the Sea Unicorn for the years 1878 to 1884. Peter Carey was her captain. Hammerfest. The tooth of a sperm whale, probably from one of Peter Carey's catches. Someone drank from this glass recently.
2つあるな。
This aroma is familiar, but to recognize it, I must construct my associations in one picture.
要素を回転したり動かしたりして方向の関連性を明らかにするような画像を形成してみよう。ちょっと待って、どういうことや。あなんやこれ、なんやこれ、なんやこれ、何の、こんな感じやろ、多分。はい。ダメ？はい。はい。ちょっとこういう感じやろ。こう、はい。引きずる？あ、こうか。はい。あ、こうか。はい。はい。ちょっとどういうこと？どういうことよ。できてるやん。いや、多少のさズレはさ、多少のズレはちょっと勘弁してくれよ。なんかまだ足りいや、もうむずいわ、これ。これむずい。あ、鼻出るわ。で、これ何やったっけ？何が分かった今ので。
The initials PC have been crudely burned. A sailor's work. Rum, a sailor's drink. It seemed that Captain Carey was enjoying a drink before he met his death.
Yes.
This place is not covered with dust, like the rest of the shelf. An object was taken from here. It was larger than a book. Box or a small chest, perhaps.
面倒なパズル要素に。いや確かに何やったっけって一緒になったもん、この画面戻った瞬間。まあ分かった。押し入りっていうかなんか盗まれたやな。
Have you finished inspecting the crime scene?
いいよ、終わった。
Have you finished inspecting the crime scene?
まだ終わってないみたいや。まだ終わってないな、どうやら。あ、これな。
Peter Carey's boots. They look to be a size 8. Old navigation instruments, nothing interesting. The murder weapon was probably taken from this rack. The ship's logs of the Sea Unicorn for the year.
突発的な犯行ではないですか？あ、ミスった。もういいもういい。ちょっと怖いから。
The Sea Unicorn. She was the ship that Peter Carey commanded.
Sea Unicorn.パッと見もうないけどな、調べるところ。まあ、パッと見やからパッと見やからだけど終わったよ。
Have you finished inspecting the crime scene?
どうやらまだやな。これか？調べ切ったら、まあ、緑になってるから、これがなんかずっとあれやな。
The ship's The ship's logs of the Sea Unicorn for the years 1878 to 1884. Peter Carey was her captain. JHN are probably the initials of the owner of this notebook. These abbreviations mean something. But what?
いや、めっちゃ大事そうな手がかり忘れてた。まあ、B。なんやなんや。お、なんやなんや。お、なんや。これで俺。なんやなんや。一連の一対のか、どういうことどういうこと？ちょっと待ってこれどういうこと？これ慣れるまでちょっとよう分からへん。ジューディス・ケアリーは彼女の夫が自分で庭の手入れをしていたと話した。それはありそうにない話だ。何か隠しているのかもしれない。押し入りを試した。ジョーの周りの引っ掛け傷から誰かが押し入ろうと試みたことが成功しなかったことが分かる。ピーター・ケアリーの体は森が胸を突き抜け、蝶のように壁に突き刺さっていた。JHN の頭文字がついた革の手帳、血がついていることから殺人が起きた後に血の海に落ちたことを示している。一 殺意の関連した手がかりを見出し、そこから推理を立てていく。赤色はその組み合わせが不可能であることを意味している。はあ、はあはあはあはあ。これ手がかり足りてるか。あ、違う。あ、違う。あ、違う。あ、今晩誰かが再度押し入ろうと戻ってくるかを確かめるために待ち伏せを計画しておく必要がある。なるほどなるほど。はあはあはあはあ。はいはいはいはいはい。
Someone was here yesterday. They attempted to force the door to gain entry.
はいはいはいはいはい。準備して、そのあれか、鍵開ける準備して今晩もう一回来るかもしれないってことか。証拠のいくつか操作内でも活用することができ、その場合には特別なアイコンが示されている。
Well, Mr. Holmes, what do you think?
I think that we are lucky.
And why is that?
Because of last night's attempted break-in.
Oh, you've lost me.
It is very probable that whoever came here hoped to find the door open. They tried to force it with a knife blade, but they failed. What will they do? Why, return tonight, when they will be better prepared.
Aha! So what do you propose?
We shall remain on the outside, near the window, where we stand the best chance of catching sight of our visitor. Well, gentlemen, ready your pistols. We have a long night ahead of us.
なるほど。ちょっと話聞きたいな。話聞こう。
Is this your husband's tobacco pouch?
I'm not sure. It might be, but he hadn't smoked in a very long time.
Your husband's private papers. Do you know where they are?
There was a small tin box, barely larger than a book. He kept his papers there. It should be somewhere in his cabin.
Thank you, madam.
Thank you, madam. んで使い道を見つける。
We need to find a good place for an ambush. Perhaps behind Carey's cabin, near the window.
キャリーの小屋の裏で待ち伏せに適した場所。
Mr. Holmes?待ち伏せの準備をすると。 Mr. Holmes?
We need to find a good place for an ambush. Perhaps behind Carey's cabin, near the window.
ケアリーの小屋ってのがごめんどれか分かってないね。ケアリーの小屋って多分これかこっちか小走りするホームズこの時のホームズ何歳なの確かに灰色の脳細胞を持ってるとはちょっと思えない。堂々としててほしいよね。ワトソン君が走り回ってるイメージやからやっぱり堂々としててほしい。でもなんか滝んとこでモリアーティ教授とタイマン張ったり結構武闘派でもあるよね。
Who could do such a thing? My poor husband.
窓の近くって何
Mr. Holmes?
どこで待ち伏せしたいのなあどこ
We need to find a good place for an ambush.
これケアリーの小屋の裏が分からんねんって。ケアリーの小屋の裏あここかあこれかケアリーの小屋の裏
This looks like the perfect
完璧
hiding
な
place.
隠れ場っていうかあ終わった。これでまんまと犯人来て捕まって終わったらなんか笑うけどな。逆に新しい見てる来るかなあ来た
Shh. Did you hear that?
しゃべるやんうわ
There's someone there. I'm gonna collar him.
I'll be right behind you.
Police! Hold it right there. All right, my fine fellow. Who are you and what are you doing here?
You're detectives, I suppose. You imagine that I'm connected with the death of Captain Carey. I assure you I'm innocent.
Innocent? And what are you doing in his cabin?
Shall I tell you? You came to retrieve what you had lost after killing Peter Carey, but we were here waiting for you.
What is your name?
John Hopley Nelligan, but I didn't...
Do you deny that you came here yesterday?
No, but yes, it's just that I couldn't...
I'm tired of this. Off we go to the yard. Tomorrow, I'll see that you're put in front of the judge.
What? But you can't. I'm not... It's a terrible mistake.
Enough. You can explain all of that to the judge. You're coming with me to the yard.
But...
In light of recent events, it seems evident that your coming here was unnecessary. All the same, I'm very grateful to you, Mr. Holmes.
You are welcome, Inspector. But please don't be too hard on our young fellow. I would like to question him tomorrow morning.
いやいや、明らかにモブやろ。
Mr. Holmes?
Good morning, Mr. Holmes. Can I help you?
Good morning, Constable. I would like to speak to the fellow who was arrested at Woodman's Lee last night.
Ah, the young man. He's waiting in the interrogation room. You can go straight through. His belongings are held in the evidence room.
Thank you.
Thank you. これはエビデンスルーム、証拠品室か。
These are the suspect's belongings. The notebook that we found on Peter Carey's cabin floor. These abbreviations mean something, but what? A pocket knife. It was used to force the door of Peter Carey's cabin. A handkerchief with the initials
JH の、まあ
JHN.
容疑者っていうか男の青年のイニシャルかな。
And partner, 1883. To my friend, from R. Dawson. Dawson. I've seen this name before. Perhaps my archive holds the answer.
ドーソンからともに。ちょっと待ってナチュラルに証拠品持っていってるけどいいんかな。
These are the suspect's belongings.
ナチュラルに証拠品今指輪パクってるけど、まあ、ホームズは許されてるんかな。
Locked.
Locked. 取り調べ室どこや。あ、検視かここ検視。なんかゴポゴポ言ってる。ぐったりしてる人いるけど、ぐったりしてんな。ああめっちゃ見るやん。
Does this notebook belong to you?
Yes. But where did you find it? I did not know. I thought I'd lost it at the hotel.
What do these abbreviations mean?
Oh no, I beg you, I can't. If I told you, it would only make things worse.
But I will find out eventually, Mr. Nelligan.
まあ裏があるなこれ。
The sea knife was found near Carey's body. Tell me, Mr. Nelligan, did Mr. Carey try to defend himself or to attack you with it?
I don't know. I didn't kill anyone.
The police seized this valuable ring from you. Whose is it?
I didn't steal it from anyone. It has always belonged to me.
指輪の彫刻。
The ring's date of engraving is many years ago. You would have been a child then, hardly in any position to receive such an item from a partner.
いや多いな。みすぼらしい帽子。当て布。高価な布。精巧なボタン。短い袖。傷跡。タコ。細い首。
So, Mr. Nelligan, who is the true owner of the ring?
The ring is mine.
固くないな。父親の上着。
No, Mr. Nelligan. I believe that the ring had belonged to your father.
Oh, but how do you know?
The jacket you are wearing is made of an expensive fabric that only a man of exceptional wealth could afford. You do not seem to me to be a rich man, Mr. Nelligan. Furthermore, the garment is ill-fitting. It is quite clear that it belonged to someone else, most probably your father. With your father gone and taking with him the family's wealth, as a little boy you had to find yourself a manual job, and it was most probably cleaning fish. You cut your hands often while working. I can tell from the scars.
I'm speechless, Mr. Holmes. It all happened exactly as you say.
Well, I will see you soon, young man.
Please, let me go. I'm innocent.
推理したやつに何にも情報得られなかったけど。あ、ピーター・ケアリーは何年も前にタバコをやめているが、タバコ湯だけ取っておいたのかもしれない。彼の妻はこの袋を見たことがないらしいが、彼女はこの小屋に入ることを禁じられていた。小屋には本ほど大きくなブリキの缶があった。ピーター・ケアリーは彼以外がそれに触れることを禁じていた。ピーター・ケアリーはナイフを武装していたが、それを使う間もなかった。殺人者は直感的に素早く行動した。ああ、総当たりしないと。いや、これ総当たり。総当たり。あ、違うか。あ、違う。よしよしよし。いや、これ総当たりになるでしょ、これ。そんなもん。被害者の血の海に落ちていた手帳を取り戻そうと誰かが押し入ろうとした。押し入れを試みた人物が犯人だと言える。未熟で訓練されていない男が森を投げて完全に体を貫通できると上手に投げることができるのか確かめる必要がある。
I need to stage a
過程を再
reconstruction.
現したい。ワトソ
I'm
ン
sure
なら
that
喜んでほし
Watson
い。
would be happy to
ワトソンの
oblige.
人間性。これ合ってんのかな、今のところ。ジョン・ネリが普通の泥棒ではなさそうだ。彼の役目は一体何だろうか。ワトソンなら喜んで森投げ実験の準備を手伝ってくれるだろう。書庫で検索する。R ドーソン。ジョン・ネリガン。ネリガンは19歳くらいの青年。裕福な幼少期を送ったが10年前に父親が失踪した後、家族が貧乏に陥る。そのため幼かった彼は魚をさばく仕事をして家族を助けていた。そのような肉体的労働を長期間やっていたにもかかわらず、ネリガンの体はやや虚弱だ。なるほどです。部屋戻るか。これ合ってんのかな。これって まずは調べるか。最初の違う、これか。ドーソン&ネリガン投資会社コーンウェル州に拠点を置く地方銀行は多額の貸し倒れ損失が原因で破産宣告を受けて倒産した。英国で23番目に大きな銀行で、歴史上2番目に最大の負債額による経営破綻になる。会社の破綻は多くのコーンウェル家に破滅を引き起こした。銀行家の一人であるジョシュア・ネリガンは不可解な失踪を遂げた。最後に彼を見たのはノルウェー出発に備えて準備をするためにヨットに乗り込んでいるところだった。ネリガンは現在警察と債権者が捜査。これ親父か。
Here it is. Now I begin to understand that young man's story, but I am still unclear as to what connects him with the murder. It is time to ask him.
そうよな。そうやんな。ジョシュア・ネリガンが銀行家のその破滅を引き起こした銀行家の一人であるジョシュア・ネリガンを不可解な失踪を遂げたと。で、これジョン・ネリガンやからね。そう。R ドーソンから我が友でありパートナー。はい、ドーソン&ネリガンやから、はい。だから R ドーソンって誰や？こいつか？これピーター・ケアリーか。R ドーソンってやつが誰かや？共同出資してる。これ右地区見えてると思うよ。
A spot of whaling, Watson? Would you care to take part?
Are you serious?
No, but we do need to clarify what happened on the night of Black Peter's murder.
A reenactment, then? Is something bothering you?
The sailor's knife, Watson. Why was it on the floor?
Peter Carey attempted to defend himself?
It is possible, but if that is the case, then it alters many things.
I don't quite follow you.
Tell me, my friend, what is the animal closest to man, morphologically, I mean?
Ah, I see what you're getting at, Holmes. You asked me that once before. On the Ripper case, I believe. Do you want to slit some more pigs' throats?
No.
Thank goodness for that.
I wish to impale one with a harpoon.
Wonderful.
Watson, let us pay a visit to our butcher friend in Whitechapel. We require the carcass of a well-fed pig.
And the harpoon?
One of the harpoons on the wall of Black Peter's cabin should do quite nicely.
Mama, crazy.
I need to take a harpoon with me. That should do it. Now I am ready for the experiment.
いくらホームズでも事件現場のもん勝手に持って行っていいんかな。またなんかルールのわからんミニゲーム始まりそう。豚。
Well, here we are in the preparation room. I can't say that I like the smell of it much. What do you intend to do?
To indulge myself in a little experiment. The challenge of lancing a pig's carcass with a heavy harpoon.
A little experiment?
Stand aside, Watson. This might be dangerous. I am not well practiced in this exercise. Yet.
Holmes, you should aim for the mark in order to perform the most reliable test.
あ、これ以上左に行けこれ以上左に行けない。あ、むずいこれ。ちょっと待って。ちょっと待って。あ、なるほどなるほど。おい。
The harpoon has struck the body,
ああ、
but
貫
with
通はしてない。
insufficient strength to pierce it straight through.
え、そんなんわかるくない？あ、むずい。
Holmes, you should try to aim better and throw as hard as you can.
あ、でもちょっと貫通した。おお、どう？いや、むずいむずい。
This is the best possible result that I could get. Do you see, Watson? Throwing a harpoon and pinning a man to a wall requires either exceptional strength and training or diabolical luck.
If it was luck, then it was a chance in 1,000 that night.
Well, yes. Let us leave now.
All right. But before we go, I suppose I'll have to pay for all these carcasses you've happily mangled.
Very well, but please hurry.
Of course.
ホームズって何で生計立ててんやろ。うわうわうわうわ、ポークチャート。はあ、うわ、すごいよね。何もないよね。ちょっともう一回話を聞きに行きたいんやけど。
I have heard the story of Dawson and Nelligan, the West Country bankers.
Yes. Joshua Nelligan was my father.
I am aware that it had a bad ending. When the bank failed, it ruined half the families of Cornwall, whereupon Joshua Nelligan disappeared.
My father was under extraordinary pressure. Dawson had retired. I was only 10 years of age at the time, but it was still old enough to feel the shame that befell our family. My father was convinced that he could pay off all his debts if the creditors gave him time. He set sail for Hammerfest in Norway in his small yacht, just a few days before an arrest warrant was issued. He left my mother a list of the securities he was taking. No word was ever heard from him again. We believe that his vessel went down, taking with it everyone and everything on board.
Thank you for the story, Mr. Nelligan. At last, we are making some progress. Interesting. Joshua Nelligan and Peter Carey were both at sea in Norway. There is definitely some connection between Peter Carey and Joshua Nelligan's disappearance.
Peter Carey の船にジョシュア・ネリガンが乗ってて、その時に有価証券のいろいろ書類を盗まれたのか。 盗まれて殺されたみたいな感じか。
1883. That's the one I need. This is the crew list of the Sea Unicorn. Log notes for June.
ちょっと待って。
This is the crew list of the Sea Unicorn.
ピーター・ケアリーが船長。おらんやん。ジョシュア・ネリガン。ジョシュア・ネリガン。いない。
Log notes for June. Nothing unusual.
特に何もなし。
Log notes for July. Nothing special.
クジラ見たとか見てないとか。はい。そんな話。
Log notes for August. These pages have been torn away. Canadian Pacific Railway. CPR. A torn piece from a bond certificate. I have seen this abbreviation somewhere very recently. There are 3 ways of discovering what happened in August of 1883 aboard the Sea Unicorn. The first 2 of these will require speaking with a dead man. The last would be to locate vital witnesses, the sailors involved in this whale hunt campaign.
なんか複雑な話になってきたな。だから。ウィギンズならシーユニコーン号の乗組員を見つけ出してくれるかもしれない。ウィギンズ。ペイカーが要は有価証券を取られたんでしょ。要はね、船でおそらくピーター。
Something new, Watson. I have the list of sailors who were aboard the Sea Unicorn. We shall soon learn what happened to Nelligan's father. I have only to find them. Let us hope they are still working at the harbour.
I think that if you pretend you're from Scotland Yard...
I doubt it, Watson. And really, I would prefer that all of this remains quiet for now. But I have another solution. I'll call in the specialists.
And who might they be?
The secret police division of Baker Street.
Ah, you mean young Wiggins and his gang?
Yes. Believe me, you'll receive more useful assistance from these little urchins than from a dozen yard detectives. Those children are everywhere. They see and hear everything, and they are cunning. All they lack is organization. I'll summon them.
How will you do that?
There is always a watch beneath our window. I have only to call him.
Oh.
Brave Toby. The best nose in the British Empire.
Wiggins, could you come upstairs, please?
At your service, Mr. Holmes.
Wiggins, I need you to track down certain people for me. I'll give you a list. You can read, can't you?
Big Oliver from our gang. He can, as his father is the coachman of a famous lawyer.
Fascinating. Here is the list of sailors.
Sailors? Easy. Just got to look where the rum and the red lights are.
Sorry to trouble you, Mr. Holmes, but the inspector asks that you come to the station as soon as possible.
Thank you. I'll be there shortly.
Mr. Holmes, I'm glad to see you.
As always. What happened?
We have a new suspect. Liam Hurtley.
ハート
I'm thinking that this case will be resolved very quickly now.
ライアムハート
Interesting. Pray tell.
Well, the constable that I left at Woodman's Lee noticed a suspicious individual prowling around during the night.
Do you have him here?
Yes. He refuses to speak with us, but we'll make him talk.
Let us hope so.
Oh yes, and one more thing. The constable told me that at the time of his arrest, the fellow was writing a letter.
Do you have it?
Of course. It's in the evidence room, at your disposal. Admit that for once, Mr. Holmes, Scotland Yard is a step ahead of you, eh?
Breathtaking.
ちょっと男前に見えてきたの、ホームズ。
These are the suspect's
ま
belongings.
たブーツ。
Liam Hurtley's old boots.
サイズは
They're a
9
size 9.5.
またブーツ取ってるけど、ガンガン
The
証拠取る
stains
や
are
ん。
fresh. They can be removed with the proper chemicals. A pen. Nothing unusual about it.
ガンガン証拠盗んでる。あ、ここじゃない？あれ？あ、うん？
What am I doing here? I've done nothing wrong.
あ、ライアムハートレー。
Please escort this suspect for interrogation. Allow me to introduce myself. My name is Sherlock Holmes. I would like to ask you a few questions.
I've already told the police that I've nothing to say. And you're not even part of the police.
グーの音も出ない。
Precisely. And considering your situation, it might be wise to speak with someone who is, shall we say, rather more neutral. You are a suspect in a murder case.
I know. Inspector Lestrade told me. It's ridiculous.
Could you at least tell me who you are, and exactly what happened that you should be brought here?
My name is Liam Hurtley. That I can tell you. But you're not getting any more than that.
Well, we shall see.
口を荒らす気や。でもこれ捕まっててさ、もう黙秘するのはいいけどさ。お。冠柄が入ったハンカチ。植物の死骸。植物の死骸って何？庭師の手、こいつ庭師か。
That's all for now.
はあ、あ、分析を行う。ハートレーは木こりのリーの近くで夜遅くうろついていた疑わしい人物として警察に逮捕されても、こんなんで逮捕されんのもな。彼は元兵士だったが負傷して軍隊を除隊している。今は静かに暮らしていて庭師とちゃんと。はいはいはいはいはいはいはいはい。一回戻るか。いやでも全然犯人ぶっちゃけわからんな、正直。いくつかの事実は異なった解釈をすることができる。互いに唯一の可能性がある推理を選択し、未熟で訓練していない男が森でピーター・ケアリーの体を貫通して壁に突き刺したということはありえない。 氷を投げて男の胸を貫通し壁まで突き刺すには並外れた腕力が必要になる。熟練度を要する。男が2人で協力して行った場合も同じような結果が達成。どういうこと？これどっちか選べってこと？こっちか？犯人は迎える確かにあの女性やったら突きさせてたかもしれへんけどね、森を。分析、まず分析やな。ちょっと待って、分析室ってどこやったっけ？なんか分析するみたいな部屋とかあったっけ？あ、違う、場所間違えた。あれや、スコットランドヤードや。ああ、ここじゃなくてあれ？ちょっと待って、分析室ってあったよな。おお、いるやん、誰か。ああ、被害者か。分析室。あ、なんか入れる。個室なんや、やっぱり警部。
How is the investigation going, Mr. Holmes? Do you have any idea who the murderer is yet?
お前なんで人だの？ああ、わかったわかった。あ、やっぱあれや、ホームズの家や。思い出した。ここや。
I need to prepare a chemical agent
minigame
that is capable of removing fresh ink. For this purpose, the chemicals from the flasks should be combined in a certain order to perform a chain reaction. First condition, all 7 reagents should be used. Second condition, orange reagent should be the third one in the sequence after the blue reagent. Third condition, colorless reagent should be added after the orange reagent.
ちょっと待って。なんか始まったんやけど。
First condition, all 7 reagents should be used. Second condition, orange reagent should be the third one in the sequence after the third condition.
いやでもそんな難しく考えんでええんちゃう。青色、緑、そんな難しく考えんでいいやんこれ。無色透明で ジ。あ、違う、これむずい。あ、違う、あかんわ、これ。そういうことか。ちょっと待って。ちょっと待って、もう一回条件見させて。
First condition.
ああ
All seven.
これはええわ。
Second condition. Orange reagent should be the third one in the sequence after the blue reagent. Third condition. Colorless reagent should be added after the orange reagent.
はいはいはい。いや、面白い面白い。青色、まず入れます。あれ入れない。青色入れるやろ。青色入れるやろ。あ、んで青色入れるやろ、もう一回。青、青。はいはい。で、緑。ああ、これで合ってる合ってる。緑。オレンジ。ちょっと待って。青、青、緑、オレンジ。あ、違う。ちょっと待って。ちょっと待って。ちょっと待って。まず最初に青入れなあかん、数的に。青。緑か。青、緑。あ、青、緑。あ、合ってる合ってる。青、緑。青。青、緑、青。オレンジ。あ、これで合ってるわ。オレンジ。無色。オレンジ無色や。多分。なんか紙に書いた方が分かりやすいかもしれんけど、ちょっとめんどくさいから。こうやろ。はい。はい、どう？
Done.
Okay.
Now I can proceed further.
Okay.
Let us see if the content of this letter sheds a little light upon the mystery.
あ、すげえ。はいはいはい。
I did as you asked and
あな
hid
たに
them
頼まれたように
well.
あれは厳重に隠しておいたよ。だが、
How would
もう一度考
Hurtley
え直
react
して
to
ほしい。
this?
ああ、読んでない。あ、なんとかつもりはない。誓っていよう。それに僕たちの誓いを覚えているかい？僕は何も恥ずべきことはしていない。あなたには僕ら。なんかを隠したのか。何かを隠した。
A new suspect, but this one refuses to talk. This case is more interesting than I first imagined.
My archive. I can always consult with it if needed.
じゃあ、スコットランドヤード行くか。
Please escort this suspect for interrogation.
何を隠したんだ？
So tell me, Mr. Hurtley, what did you hide?
What did
Hide?
you hide?
What are you talking about?
What did you hide? あ、どれ手紙。
I did as you asked and hid them well. Should I continue?
My letter? But the ink? That's impossible.
A touch of chemistry, nothing special.
Well, you're a smart one. But it's nothing. If you want to know, I was referring to my tools. It was to do with my work, see?
I will check that, Mr. Hurtley. That's all for now.
これ聞くためだけに。いや、参ったな。ちょっと待って。行き詰まったくないか？
I'm not saying another word.
What am I doing here? I've done nothing wrong.
I'm nothing. I've done nothing wrong.
Does the name Liam Hurtley mean anything to you?
No, I don't know anyone by that name.
Thank you, madam. This is where I keep my archive. I can always...
At your service, Mr. Holmes.
These are the suspect's belongings.
Ah! So yeah, これや.
I wonder if these are connected.
Can CP CPR か。
Now we have the proof that Nelligan's papers were indeed here. It seems that they have vanished, however.
ジョン・ネリガンは有価証券を盗んでいるところを見られたのかもしれない。これがピーター・ケアリー殺害の動機かもしれない。いや、そんなあれかな、短絡的な事件かな。被害者は血の海に落ちていた手帳を取り戻そうと誰かが押しようとした。押し入れを試みた人物が犯人だと見える。ネリガンはブラックピーターの小屋の中で父親の紙片を探していた。これが彼が殺人現場にいた説明になる。被害者の血の海に落ちていた手帳を取り戻そうと誰かが押し入ろうとした。これはそうやねんけど、押し入りを試みた人物が犯人だと言えるになっちゃうと、ネリガンが犯人ってことになっちゃうから、消去的にこっちなのかな。ネリガンはブラックピーターの小屋の中で父親の紙片を探していた。彼が殺人現場にいた説明になる。多分ね、ネリガンは殺してないと思うねんな。ネリガンの時、ジョン・ネリガンは有価証券を盗んでいるところを見られたのかもしれない。これがピーター・ケアリー殺害の動機かもしれない。ジョン・ネリガンは境遇の犠牲者。彼は殺人者の身体的な精神的な特徴とも一致しない。ネリガンは違うと思うねんな。ばっかでもこれ直感でしかないからな。
Please escort this suspect for interrogation. Tell me, Mr. Nelligan, what exactly were you hoping to find inside Peter Carey's cabin?
I was trying to find some information about my father.
I assume you had another purpose. To retrieve the bond certificates. Am I correct?
Yes. I discovered some time ago that a few of the missing securities had reappeared on the London market. You can imagine my amazement. I spent months trying to find them, and at last I discovered that the original seller had been Captain Peter Carey. These papers, they belonged to my family, but I could not find them there.
That's all. For now. Well, I will see you soon, young man.
ちょっと待って、まだ手がかりが。
I'm not saying another.
What am I doing here? I've done nothing wrong.
悪 悪いことやってなくはないけどな。
How is the investigation going, Mr. Holmes? Do you have any idea who the murderer is yet?
人任せなんだな。一回戻るか。力技ってこれ怪しなってきたな。2人で協力して行ったってちょっとこっちかな。ちょっとまだわからない。
A new suspect, but this one refuses to talk. This case is more interesting than I...
My analysis table. It is useful for my work.
ちょっとライアム・ハートレは何を隠しているか。一瞬立ち上がってなかった。
Who could do such a thing? My poor husband.
Locked. Locked. Dundee. It's a whaling map. These boots don't match the footprints. These boots match the footprints exactly.
やっぱりハートレーやな。なるほどなるほど。ライアム・ハードレーのブーツが木こりのリーの足跡と一致した。よってこの男があの場所にいたことは確かだ。ジューディス・ケアリーは彼は庭師ではないと主張している。これはハートレーと奥さんから話を聞く必要がありますね。ありますね。
Who could? Who?
こ じゃあやっぱりこの庭師が犯人か。
Please escort this suspect for interrogation. Tell me, Mr. Hurtley, what were you doing at Woodman's Lee?
Woodman's Lee? I've never been there.
違うんだな。ブーツと一致してんだな。
The second pair of boots that you had with you when you were arrested perfectly match the footprints found near the cabin where Peter Carey was murdered.
Footprints? That's your proof? How many men have boots like mine? That doesn't make me a murderer.
確かに。
Now that your presence at Woodman's Lee has been proven, would you care to explain it?
I don't remember. What would I be doing there anyway?
何か隠してたんじゃないの？あれ、ない。何かを隠してたって言いたいんやけど。
Because you are the gardener at Woodman's Lee.
I'm not. How did you...
I observed your hands. They told me that you work with the earth. Small fragments of plants snagged to your trousers indicate that you were mowing very recently. But the most obvious clue presented itself in the bird embroidered on your handkerchief. A crested tit, if I'm not mistaken.
All right, you got me. Yes, I am a gardener, and I went there to get my tools.
That's all for now. Hurtley's stories are false leads. But now I know one thing for certain. I must examine the site where the garden tools are kept at Woodman's Lee. Locked. Madam, we have information that the valuable stolen papers are hidden amongst the garden tools here at Woodman's Lee. We need to find them.
Oh my. Our tools are kept inside the shed that's right behind me. Here is the key to open it.
Thank you, madam.
Thank you.
Let's see what could be hidden here. Let us see what is in this box.
うわ、またミニゲーム。ちょっと待って。何これ。あ、これはむずいぞ。あ、マジかこれ。3つあるんか。これは誰？おい！やった！ やった。
A bundle of letters in a woman's hand with the Carey family monogram. Hurtley and Mrs. Carey were in a relationship.
ハートレーとやっぱりキャリー夫人は交際していた。やっぱりな。親愛なるライアム、あなたと知り合ってからあなたは私に本当によくしてくださっています。この気持ちは到底言葉では表現できません。でもきっと罪深い感情なのでしょうね。それに何もいい結果を生まない。何か悪いことが起きそうで怖い。私、神に反していると思う。あなたの気遣いで感謝している。でも私は神により結ばれた男を去ることはできません。私は夫という十字架をこれからも背負い続けなくてはいけない。彼は私の人生を生き地獄にします。でも時間が経てば時間が経てばあざは薄くなりますから、どうか私は信じましょう。これ動機か。だから旦那を殺したってことか、これ。そういうことか。
Madam, I am aware of your affinity with Liam Hurtley.
What are you talking about?
あ、違う、間違えた。
Madam, I am aware of your affinity with Liam Hurtley.
What are you talking about?
Mrs. Carey, we found your letters.
My letters? I asked Liam to return them to me. I wanted to burn them.
Why did Mr. Hurtley put them inside the garden shed?
I don't know. I wanted them back, but I couldn't see him, not after what happened.
Well, here they are.
Oh, this is terrible. Terrible. Liam, how could he? After what he has done.
You believe that he killed your husband?
No, I do not know. I do not know. Leave me alone, please.
Thank you, madam. I wonder if Wiggins has managed to find any sailors.
どうなんやろう。俺今んとこも完全に庭師がやったって思ってるけどな。ライアム・ハートリーはピーター・ケアリーの妻を誘惑し、また彼女に恋をしていた。だが彼らの関係は無害な言葉が書かれた手紙状だけど、ハートレーのジュディス・ケアリーへの愛情と庭師として働いていたという事実が彼が殺人が起きた晩に木こりのリーにいたという説明になる。せやな。いや、なんかキーワードは揃ってきたけど。
Mr. Holmes, we found the sailors from that list you gave us.
Well done, Wiggins. Let me see.
Let me see. え？どれに火星引くん？
This is interesting. Let us review the other sailors now. This is interesting. This is interesting. This man is a harpooner, and his initials are PC, the same initials that were found on the tobacco pouch. Wiggins, could you gather some information on one of the sailors that you found? His name is Patrick Cairns.
We found Patrick Cairns.
Good job, Wiggins. Where is he?
He lives in a small furnished dump of a room, but he's always at the Sea Witch pub, where he does arm wrestles for money and drinks.
Excellent. Here is your reward. 2 guineas.
Thank you, sir.
断するものだとすると、彼は犯行現場にいたことになる。それでも確認が必要だ。
If I wish to speak to Cairns without alarming him, I had better dress as a sailor.
いや、船乗りに変装して見慣れないやつ船乗りでなんかいたら誰
Now I can approach Cairns and see if he recognizes the pouch. Hello there. Are you Cairns?
What do you want?
We've heard all about the gambling on arm wrestling here. You seem like the likely sort, and I'm up for it.
I start at 10 shillings.
Suits me.
パトリック・ガンズは表情を見て彼の動きを判断し対応策と持久力がなくならないように注意する。倒すの時間帯の時間。え？ちょっと待って、ようわからん。ちょっと待って、負けるぞ。じゃあね、これなんやこれルールが。どの顔の時にどの何したらええねん。 ってトイレがマジかこれ何したんやねんこれ何全然ゲーム性かこれゲームとして成立してんのかいけまだかよ長い回ってきたいけ
You were lucky. I wasn't focused. Let's go again.
I'm ready to try again.
Fine. If you want me to take all your money, no problem with that.
これ何回やんのこれこれは持ちこたえ状態ねこれ持ちこたえるいける掴んできた
Well, good for you, I reckon. You're stronger than you look. Here's your 10 shillings.
I'd like to buy you a drink.
Good winner as well. That's good. Let's have a drink. You're a good type. Seems you've managed to settle down in life. You've got money, eh?
Not all that much.
Oh, well. At least you're not as poor as me.
Why do you say poor? You're not working?
I'm a harpooner. But you see, the whalers are rare. They don't pay much. So, as a result, find myself arm wrestling to pay for my drink.
A harpooner? Interesting. You've had a lot of adventures, I bet.
Of course. It's been a dozen years since I've sailed. I've seen everything. Old Wallace, damn Black Peter, Great Roger, we sailed to the Cape of Good Hope.
Black Peter, you say? I've heard rumors about that one.
He was the worst of them all. He was a liar, and violent too, swinging those fists of his around. He was a tyrant, and not much of a captain. At least, not as good as Great Roger.
I see. Yes. I was told terrible tales about Black Peter.
But you ain't heard the worst.
Tell me, and let's have another drink.
It was in 1883 that it happened. The August of that year. Peter Carey was captain of the Sea Unicorn. and I was a spare harpooner. We were coming out of the ice pack on our way home. One evening, we saw a little craft that had been blown north. There was only one man on her, and he wasn't a sailor. The crew must have thought that she'd foundered, and they made for the Norwegian coast in the dinghy. I guess they all drowned. We took the man on board.
それが
And who was he?
I don't know. During the crossing, he and the skipper enjoyed some long talks. His baggage was just a tin box.
That's strange enough.
Aye. Even stranger was that on the second night, he disappeared. Nobody knew what happened to him. And of course, nobody could ask Black Peter about it.
殺されたよな、多分。
You know what happened, don't you?
I do. I saw the skipper tie his heels and push him over the rail in the middle of my watch on that dark night. 2 days before we sighted the Shetland lights.
Black Peter's a murderer.
Aye. Those that know him wouldn't be surprised to hear it. But all this must stay between us. All right?
Of course. Back in a second. I'm off to the Gazi.
I'll be here with my drink.
Here it is. Have you got any tobacco? We've run out of mine.
Tobacco.
Nah, I lost my pouch. I don't know where. Wait a minute. What's this?
Oh, is this your tobacco pouch?
Well, oh, it is.
Well, I have to go now. I know a captain who's planning an expedition to Cape Cod. Captain Ahab's his name. He commanded the Pequod. He might need good harpooners. I'll tell him about you.
Maybe. If you like, aye.
I'm done here. It's time to leave.
り殺人を起こしたことが証明される。俺めっちゃケアンズやと思うなこれ。森にも熟練してるしな、森投げにも。ケアンズちゃうんかな。ピーター・ケアリーはパトリック・ケアンズに殺害された。ケアンズは森内を熟練した男のタバコレアをケアリーの会の中で発見された。ケアンズに有罪の判決を下す。パトリック・ケアンズは冷血な殺人者のピーター・ケアリー殺人について有罪になって罰せられるべき男だ。パトリック・ケアンズはピーター・ケアリーを殺害したが計画的な犯罪ではなかった。よって荒れ狂っている。武器を手にした船乗りから身を守ろうとしただけだった。なるほど。一本道じゃないんかこれ。このゲーム選べるやつか。これもうちょっと操作できるんか。いやーケアンズやろな。でもここまでお膳立て揃ってると。
You met Patrick Cairns, the harpooner. Do you believe he's the murderer?
思う。めっちゃ思う。めっちゃ思うけどいいんかな。
This is where I keep my archive. I can always
もうちょっと冷たいけどな。もうちょっと冷たいけどこれ以上手がかりどっかもらえんのかな。
I'm not saying another word.
What am I doing here? I've done nothing wrong.
言うもんな。もう決めるか。ライアム・ハートリーはピーター・ケアリーの妻を誘惑しまった彼女を超えた。彼らの関係は無害のことが書かれた手紙にだけじゃ。ライアム・ハートリーはジューディス・ケアリー絶望的に恋をし、彼の人たちが男を刺激して殺人に走らせたのかもしれない。いやハートレーは無実。行くか。いやこれどっちや。でも計画的な犯罪では な犯罪ではなかった。ちょっと待ってミスりたくないねんな。熟練の森内やからな。多分こいつやねんな。ピーター・ケアリーやジョン・ネリガン父親が殺しを隠そうとしていた。ピーター・ケアリーが男を海から放り投げるところをパトリック・ケアンズは目撃したと。男はその前日救出された。その男はジョシュア・ネリガンで、これライアム不倫してたと。何かを隠した。でもこれあれか。あなたに頼まれてある厳重に隠しておいたんだ。もう一度代わりに使ってほしい。僕たちは違う上でか。僕は何を外れかじゃあなたに僕は。これはそうか。不倫の手紙か、ただの。だから、そやな、この人だったら不倫の手紙やろ。だからライアムハートではマジで関係ない。マジで関係ない事件と。ただの庭師。問題は計画的かどうかが問題で、いや計画的ではないな。その場にあった森使ってるもんな、凶器が。OK OK、 計画的やったら準備してくれやろ。道徳的選択。ちょっと待って、こっちは違うこっちも道徳的選択。これやろ。OK、 関係者をここに全員呼んでください。バクテか。いや、これええやどんな。
I must be at the wrong address. I'd like to speak with a ship's captain, a Captain Ahab. Is that you?
No, my name is Sherlock Holmes.
That detective fella? So, you wanted to see me?
That is correct. We need to talk.
About what?
About Black Peter, who was killed in his own hut with a harpoon.
You know, don't you?
Yes.
How?
The tobacco pouch. You recognized it.
Oh, the sailor.
Yeah.
It was you. Unbelievable. Well, fine. I confess. But if you really do know everything, you should also know that I didn't want to kill him. He made me do it.
I know. Did you know about this story with the bond certificates? Did you need money?
Yeah. I just wanted him to cough up a little silver. I'm out of work, and I thought maybe he could help me. Well, he refused outright, and he insulted me. I reminded him I knew all about that murder he committed at sea in 1883. Then he got mad when I spoke about his treasure. I barely just had time to throw the harpoon at him before he could jump at me with his knife. You know the truth. What will you do now?
I ask that you return the bond certificates. Keep some of them. You will need them in your exile. It is better that you leave the country for a few years.
And you won't say anything to the police?
I will not say anything as long as you return the money.
Well, I'll do as you ask. But what about Inspector Lestrade?
I will deal with him. Goodbye.
It's good that you asked me to come, Mr. Holmes. We do need to talk.
About what?
What do you mean? Our case, Mr. Holmes. You sent me a message via your little thug.
His name is Wiggins, Inspector.
Telling me that the case is solved. Well, Mr. Holmes, tell me, who is our murderer and where is he?
The morgue.
Eh?
His name is, or rather was, Pablo Coventrao. He was also on the ship with Peter Carey, and he was a harpooner. I'll tell you everything, Inspector, but do calm down. Mrs. Hudson will bring us tea and orange cake.
Orange cake? You're spoiling me, Mr. Holmes. That's my favourite.
Ah, Mr. Holmes. Inspector Lestrade told me that I should thank you for clearing my name. He also said that you were waiting for me here. I came as fast as I could. I cannot thank you enough. It is all because of you that this nightmare is finally over.
I believe that this belongs to you.
My father's securities. Incredible! But how did you get them?
It would take far too long to explain.
Tell me. This is extraordinary. You are a genius.
Then that may serve as an explanation. Goodbye, Mr. Nelligan, and good luck.
Goodbye, Mr. Holmes. And thank you. 1,000 times thank you.
これどうなんやろう。まあよかったんが、ピーター・キャリーは正確な森を撃つことができる唯一の人物、パトリック・ケアンズに殺害された。彼のタバコ入れはケアリーの小屋の中で見つかった。しかし彼は武器を手にしたよって荒れ狂う船乗りに対して身を守ろうとしただけだった。パトリック・ケアンズを放免することに決めた。見つけた結論、ケアンズが犯人。ケアンズを放免する。いやもう約グダグダやな。スペースをして真実を明らかに。ああ、合ってたってことね、これ。多分。これどうなんやろなってこれ放免するでいいんかな。でもさばいたら有価証券って取り返されへんのちゃうかなって思うのよな。受け入れとくか。YouTube かなんかで別パターン見よう。他の人の動画見て。これより事件が最終的に完了します。この事件の全ての保存データが失われます。再度この事件の捜査をやり直してまた別のいいよ。人格順哀れみの心。
This trip to the countryside will be good for you, Holmes.
休憩しよう。
As your friend and your doctor.
まあ解決したっぽいな。これ続きからできるよね。できる。できる。いやまあでもこれは別に悪くないと思うけどね。選択肢としては最終的に。じゃあ休憩します。